What's up, YouTube? In today's video, I'm going to show you guys the best builds for Rec and NBA 2K25. So make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe, and we're going to show you guys my city stats in the Rec right now. So in solo Rec, we're at 9-1. We're number one on our friends list with teammate grade. We're number one in points per game. We're number one in steals per game. You know, I have a bunch of 2K League pros on my friends list, all that. But we have an A teammate grade. We're averaging 45 in solo Rec with 7 rebounds, 7 assists, 5.4 steals. Now, my city record and pro record is trash because all I do is play comp wagers with my guys. I play wagers all the time, so the record looks pretty trash, whatever. But we're 9-1 in solo rec, and I'm sure you guys the two builds that I use for solo rec. And you guys can make the builds if you want, or add your little touches to it if you want. But I'm gonna show you guys the two best builds to use in solo rec. So it's a balance of it. As you guys see, it's a guard and a big because there's rebounds, assists, points, whatever. But 45 points with 7 rebounds, 7 assists, 5.4 steals per game in the rec is crazy, especially solo rec, and we're 9-1. So we're gonna go right into it right away. The first build that you want to use in solo rec is this build right here. My 7-1 that I made, 7'1", 265, 7'10 wingspan. He's a really good center. He grabs everything. He's literally a horse. No one can stop him. I get the rebound. I can do layups in the basket. I stand dunk everything. This is literally my Shaq build. And it has so much pass sack that I could just throw the ball down the court after a rebound. If my randoms are good at cherry picking and running the break, we could get easy baskets. It has good defense, good block. I could steal stuff with this. High strength for the worm animations, for the good screens. And then, you know, I kind of messed up the cap breakers with this, though, guys. You want to put your D board to 94. You want to put your O board to 94 and then +5 it. I messed it up. I did this a long time ago. I messed this build up. I'll do 94, 94 and then +5 these. But yeah, I messed up the build. But this is still a really, really good build. And this is why I used to grab all my rebounds. Every time I use this build, I grab like 30 rebounds. Like, it's so easy. The only con with this build is that a lot of the rec randoms can't play with an inside center. A lot of people in the rec, they need an outside center so they can create space for the cuts, for the dunk. So I would say if you play inside center, you do need like skilled guards, and it's kind of hard to find that solo rec. And yeah, it's kind of tough. But if you make this build, you got to win the rebound battle. You got to know how to dunk the ball under the basket, and you got to throw great outlet passes. And yeah, play some great defense. But I dominate. Always get 20 or 30 with this build in the rec. Very, very simple. But your teammates will probably hate you because you're not outside center. A lot of people in the rec, they need outside center. So your teammates will probably hate you, but when you guys win, they'll thank you later. So yeah, that's one build. And my next build, this is the build I drop 100 points with in the rec. I get 10 steals a game with this build. This is the build that gets me all the buckets, and I just made this build recently. So this is the build that gets you all the buckets, and I've had multiple 10 steal games with this build. So this is what makes my points and steals average go so high right here. So we're going to look at it. Very simple. It's a 6'4", 178, 6'6 wingspan. This build is crazy. I get 10 steals a game with this build. I'm literally blitzing them every single time. I get blitz steals all the time. I get animation steals, and then I get lane steals. So, yeah, blitz steals is really OP. We got bump with this build. We're really fast. We have agility. We don't. A lot of people don't like this build because I have no dunk, but I'm not even trying to sound cocky, guys. I'm not even trying to be that guy. But you don't need dunk on this game if you know how to 3-hunt and midi hunt. So, I love playing with inside centers, and I never need to touch the paint. I can just shoot my mids. I can shoot my threes. It's a basket every time. Especially with the midi fades with Pro 2. All your midi fades are open. So we have 99 mid, legend shooting badges. All of our midis are open because Pro 2 fade is really overpowered, especially the front fade. Pro 2 front fade is really overpowered 99 mid. So yeah, we don't need to touch the paint at all. 81 ball handle. All you really need is the Kyle Lowry hop jumper to go left, right, and then you just speed boost same side with Darius Garland dribble style. So you got the front fades, you got the Darius Garland dribble style, you got the Kyle Lowry hop jumper, you got a good three. You're gonna hit your threes. You're gonna play defense. You can leak out, and this is the build that I dropped 100 points with. I get 10 steals with. This build's really good. So if you guys want to get 20 and 30, make that first center build I just showed. If you guys want to score 100 points, get 10 steals, make this build. This build's pretty good. Now, would I run this build in 5s or 3s? No. Would I run this build in 2v2 in Rec? Yes. I would run this build. This is my 2v2 build if I'm to play guard again in these wagers. This is the build I'll use in my 2v2 wagers. Now, why I think this build is so good in Rec is because you get to pluck everyone and just play crazy. You get to pluck everyone, run out on the break, shoot your midi fade, shoot your 3. You don't need to really dribble like that in the Rec because people don't really have pure locks in the Rec and they don't really have the best defending builds in the Rec. So you don't need that much ball handle and you could just get by just fading, shooting 3s, whatever. Now, when you're playing 3v3 wagers, 5v5 wagers, you need Steve Francis. You need 95 ball handle. But if you're playing 2s, if you're playing 1s, if you're playing Rec, this build is perfect. You can literally drop 100 points with this build. I've dropped 100 with this build multiple times. And then, yeah, I've had multiple 10 steal games. So, yeah, we average 45, 7, 7, 5.5 steals with these 2 builds I just showed you guys. So these are the best Rec builds in NBA 2K25. Make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe. It's your boy OFab, and I'm out.